In a nutshell, EPA is saying that there's been enough progress since the time of the draft EIS that EPA is considering this acceptable and satisfactory. And EPA would further say that it's satisfactory as long as DoD is able to do the follow-up that's mentioned in the FEIS, specifically the adaptive program management and seeking funding for a lot of the infrastructure needs.
In a letter from U.S. EPA Regional Administrator Jared Blumenfield to Assistant Secretary of the Navy Jacqueline Pfannenstiel, the U.S. EPA basically says that the final EIS addresses the major concerns that the U.S. EPA had with the draft EIS. They had two major concerns. First was the impacts to Guam's wastewater and drinking water systems. To prevent these problems, these systems need major upgrades, which are estimated to cost nearly $1.3 billion. In the final EIS, DoD says that Japan will fund $600 million of this while they work to identify the remaining funding. Then there is the issue with the dredging of Apra Harbor for the berthing of a nuclear aircraft carrier. DoD has taken this completely out of the FEIS for now until they can conduct more studies on the coral there. We asked Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz if he thought the U.S. EPA will stay on top of DoD to ensure that all of their mitigation plans happen.
I hope so, but I really don't think so. I don't know what you're going to do once the ROD is announced next week and they start bringing people in, how they're going to deal with the fact that the $1.3 billion is not in hand and that construction hasn't been started.
Another mitigation plan DoD has come up with is called adaptive program management. Basically, it means the military will manage construction and the arrival of military personnel to ensure that the buildup doesn't happen faster than Guam's infrastructure can handle. Cruz says this will be hard to do.
Well, once it gets rolling, who's going to stop the construction if there are too many people here and the wastewater system up north isn't taking care of the needs of the workers and it starts polluting down into the waterlands? Who's going to stop it at that point?
If DoD follows the mitigation plans they've proposed, Blumenfeld says that the final EIS becomes environmentally satisfactory. That is the highest grade possible.
They went from an F, they're now at D, they've passed, but they're not at C, and they're not at B, and they're definitely not at A yet. So at least US EPA was able to do that. I am more dissatisfied and disappointed with CEQ for saying and announcing that they were satisfied with what DoD had done even before US EPA had issued their release.